Hello and welcome to another episode of Practice Perfection, where we focus primarily on taking patterns and working on different permutations on them so that we get a really comprehensive grasp of whatever idea it is. Permutations, again, just means the different ways that you can arrange things. So today, the arrangements we're going to make are with the classic 4-note drum fill. And what we're going to do is we're going to shift first one, then another of those notes to the next drum a little bit earlier. And it gives us some very interesting ways of playing around with this fill. I'm not hugely comfortable with some of these myself, so I'm going to be working on this with you. This practice perfection is very much something that I'm taking to heart myself, just as much as with my students. And what does that mean, real quick? Practice perfection. We're focusing on practicing things perfectly right at the outset, rather than stumble through, try to get it fast, feel tense and anxious, and then just sort of by grit, determination, and sheer obstinacy press forward and eventually get it down. That's just dumb practice. And that's what most people do. That's what I've done for most of my life. So I am trying to do a better job with myself and with my students of having us practice things through so it feels easy to do right from the beginning. So let's start with this one. The first part should be pretty easy to do. So this is going to be 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E, and we're going to loop it around the drum set. 4 on each. Here we go. A 1, 2, 3E and a 4E and a. That's it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to shift the last note, the to the next drum early. Let me show you what that's going to look like. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. So we're still getting 4 per drum, but now we're shifting, and the first hand to move is the left hand this time. So we start with 3 here, and then it's 4, 4, 4, and it just keeps repeating that way. If I were doing one measure of it, it would sound like this. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and and then I'd be done with the measure. But we're going to loop this around a few times. And I'm going to actually slow it down to 1 hit per click here. So this is going to be 1E and 2E and here we go. 1. So the 4th note shifts. 1, 2, here we go. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. So it's a little funky. That's kind of a cool way of turning it around. So now we're going to go to the next permutation. This time, we move not only the 4th one to the next drum early, we also move the 3rd one. So it looks like this. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and then we repeat. We're still getting 4 hits per drum, but now we're shifting drums a little early. So let's try this fast. 1E and ready, and here we go. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. And let's go on to the next one. Now we're going to move not only the 3rd and the 4th, but also the 2nd one. So we're going to start with 1 hit on the snare, and the next hit's going to be up to the high tom. So it becomes 1E and 2, E and 3, E and 4, E and then it continues. Still getting 4 per drum, but now we're shifting right after the very first note on the snare drum. Here we go. 1, 2, slowly go. 1, E and 2, E and 3, E and 4, E and 1, E and 2, E and 3, E and 4, E and 1, E and 2, E and 3, E and 4, E and 1. All right, now we're going to bump up the tempo a little bit. We're going to go up to 115, still 1 hit per click. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do each one of these 4 times. And I'll do a break of 4 clicks in between. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4 first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, E, and 4, E, and this one should probably feel very easy to you, and that's fine. That's exactly what we want. 2 more times. I'll try to play a little more in time, sorry. Okay. 1, 2, fourth one, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. E and 2, E and 3, E and 4, E and 1, E and 2, E and 3, E and 4, E and fourth time. 2, E and 3, E and 4, E and 1. Third and fourth, ready, go. 1, E and 2, E and 3, E and 4, E and 1, E and 2, E and 3, E and 4, E and 1, E and 3, E, 4, E, and fourth time, and 2, E, and 3, E, and 4, E, and 1. Here we go. 1, 2, sorry. Second, third, and fourth are now displaced. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. E. Sorry, I think I threw myself off the click. Okay, my apologies. Let's do that one again. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, E, and 2, E, and 3, E, and 4, E, and 1, E, and 2, E, and 3, E, and 4, E, and 1, E, and 2, E, and 3, E, and 4, E, and 1, E, and 2, E, and 3, E, and 4, E, and 1. All right, we're going to bump it up a bit. We're going to go to 130. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second time. Third time. Fourth time. Now we displace the Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, E, and 1, E, and 1, E, and 2, E, and last time. Okay, third and fourth. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. second, third, and fourth. 1, 2, ready, the E. 1, E, and 2, E, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, and 1, E, and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So those are the 4 permutations. Now for those of you who are a little more comfortable with this, we're going to do 1 E and 2 E and 1, 2, 1 E and from the beginning, here we go. So focus on the easy one, on just playing good and precise, relax. Consider it a warm-up for the other ones. 2, next one, go. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Okay, now the third and fourth. Here we go. 1 and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E Okay, the last one. Ready, go. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. So it's a pretty cool idea. I'll show you the second option in 16ths. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and again. And now the E one. 2, 3, 4. So that just gives you an idea of where you can go with this. So I encourage you, practice this up on your own. Jot it down if you're not sure that you'll remember this. Jot down these 4 different permutations. The basic one where it's just 4 right on the beat on each beat. And then we start just taking the last one early to the next drum. Then the second to the last one and the last one early. Then finally everything but the first one goes early to the next drum. And so we just keep pivoting it around the drum set that way. Very simple way to take a simple fill that everybody pretty much knows and turn it into some whole new material. And you can get quite fancy with this too by shifting back and forth between when you decide you're going to move around the drum set. You know, how long are you going to stay on one permutation before you move to another one? Sometimes people can get some pretty interesting solos out of this way of thinking. So I hope that's helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them down in the comment section below. You can also contact me on my website, kitmills.com, and I take questions and stuff there all the time. So thanks so much for joining me for Practice Perfection, and I look forward to drumming with you next time. Have a great night. Keep on drumming.